Well, it's time to learn something about Satisfactory today. And today's subject is going to be the dimensional depot. The dimensional depot was a life changer for me. When I first started to play Satisfactory, I'd get to where I'm building my project and I'd find that I don't have enough of a certain thing. So I'd run all the way back to where that's being manufactured and pick it all up, and I'm happy, ready to go. And I charge on out to my project only to remember that I didn't get enough of something else too, and have to run back again and back and forth until finally I had enough things to build the project. You know, luckily they brought in the dimensional depot with the version 1.0, and that has helped tremendously. And so what we want to talk about today is that the four things that it really benefits you. You know, I'm going to share first off how to unlock it. Second, then how to upgrade it so that it works faster and better. And then we're going to show you how it solves inventory issues. And I'm going to show you a few of my favorite things to do with it too along the way. So let's start by learning how to unlock it. And that's done in the MAM. So if you go to the MAM and you go to Alien Technology, and you start down this tree with SAM analysis here. And so you have to get some SAM to unlock this one. Then you go here and get some reanimated SAM to unlock the next level. And then you go here and get and unlock the SAM fluctuator. All three of those things you need to make a dimensional depot. And then you come down and go down this branch. This branch here is your dimensional depot. So you've got the SAM fluctuator, and you need one Mercer sphere to unlock this part of it. So you can go find a SAM node and make the SAM fluctuator. Okay, so that can be done. But for the Mercer spheres, you're going to have to go continue to hunt them down. Go to Satisfactory Calculator, find out where they're at, and go hunt a few down so that you can do this thing. So once you unlock the dimensional depot, you can go use it, and it will upload at a frighteningly small rate of speed, but it'll upload only one stack at a time. So if you've got an item that's stacked, let's say 200, it'll only hold 200 of that particular item. Or if it only stacks to 50, you'll only be able to get 50 into the dimensional depot because it's measured by stack. Now, as you go down the tree, you have upgrades, and you notice in this particular playthrough I've only unlocked the extra speed here to increase the stack size to 2. Now as you go down here, you'll be able to see the price gets pretty high. You get a lot of SAM fluctuators and 23 Mercer spheres to unlock another stack size increase. So you get 1, 2 there, 3 stacks, 4 stacks, 5 total stacks for one dimensional depot slot. Okay, now you can have multiple dimensional depots uploading the same thing, but when it gets full, it'll get full at up to 5 stacks, and then it won't upload anymore. Okay, on this side, this upload speed increases by 50%, so it's like 2.5 per minute at the beginning, and it uploads 50% more, 25% more than that, another 12.5% more than that, and then 6.25% more than that. Now you see what Coffee Stain did to us. You get a big jump here, you get a littler jump here, and you get a littler jump there, and a littler jump there. Oh, come on, guys. Give us some real speed, but oh well, we'll deal with what we have to. But now, the middle one is pretty critical too, and I haven't unlocked that in this particular world, and that enables you to upload from your inventory. And that's critical for a little bit later. I'll show you one of the tricks that I have that I really like that helps me when I'm playing multiplayer, and I can upload from my inventory. So what I want to show you is how I set up the depot uploader in the early game, because you notice I barely unlocked it here, and I'll show you how I'm using it in the early game. All right, so here I am in another part of the same factory that I was in where I unlocked the MAM, and because I've got so few Mercer spheres at this point, I made as many dimensional uploaders as I could. So what I did was I created a situation where I always want rods and plates in there because my early conveyors used a lot of rods and plates. I wanted cable because I needed to string power lines. I wanted quick wire because I wanted quick wire. So anyway, I had one for quick wire. I also had one for miscellaneous, so that if I knew that I was missing something in the depot, I could just throw it into this container. And each one of these connected up with a dimensional depot in back of it. Now I can look at the configuration of the dimensional depot here and see that it's waiting to upload 7 modular frames, but there's no space left in the detail. It already has 2 stacks. So I can pull this out and it's ready to receive a different product. Now, if this modular frame were still in there like that, it wouldn't allow anything else in there. Even though the dimensional depot had space for something else, this is going to be clogging up the entrance. So you want to get that out of there. Now I can go find something that is not in the dimensional depot. I could put it in my miscellaneous storage container here, and I could have it uploaded. In fact, I can look at my inventory, and once you unlock the dimensional depot, you have this list that shows you what's in the dimensional depot right now. So for example, if I have some reinforced iron plate in my inventory right now, and I don't actually, I could then slip reinforced iron plate into that storage container. If I had unlocked the middle item in the MAM node that I showed you earlier, I would be able to just drop it in here, okay? And that allows me to take it straight from my inventory, and it would upload into the dimensional depot without me having to be at a dimensional depot. I can be anywhere in the world doing whatever construction I want to do, and I can drop it into the uploader, and it would be there ready for other people. Like I could take these pale berries and I could drop them here and they would upload. But at this point, I've got to go put those in the container to upload for now, okay? And so I have various things here that are all in the dimensional depot. It's a great place once you unlock the manual uploader. It's a great place to go out and explore, and when you find a crash site and you've deconstructed everything at the crash site, or you're harvesting wood and leaves and stuff like that before you get actually to the point of using coal, you could use the manual uploader here in your bags to just get rid of it out of your inventory. It's also kind of neat that if I need this space in inventory, I could just park it down here, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I'll show you that later in one that's fully unlocked here in just a moment. So this is the way I use it early game. Now later on, when I've got enough Mercer spheres that I can have multiple depots everywhere, I will go ahead and attach it to a container like this. I'll put it right on top of the container and put a port on a lift to go straight into it. And the container will fill up. And if the depot's filled up, the container just starts filling up more. I can come to the container if I want to, or I can go to the dimensional depot. Either way. All right, so now I've come to the Gigafactory world where I've pretty much unlocked everything. All that's left for me to do is finish phase 5 over there. So when we look at the MAM on this particular save, and we look, all of these things have been completed, and we look down the alien technology tree, and everything's been unlocked. So the upload now is 240 per minute. The previous one's 120. That one's 60. That one's 30 per minute. Depot expansion 500%, so we can put 5 stacks, 4 stacks, 3 stacks, 2 stacks, and only 1 stack when you first upload it. So this is all unlocked. So 240 per minute. I guarantee you, if you're building something really, really big, you're not going to have enough concrete to keep going and constantly building it if you only have one depot uploader. Okay, so there's a few tips and tricks that I have up my sleeve that I'll share with you. So, wait all the way to the end there. So anyway, what we want to talk about though is, in order to make it really work well, you need to look at your inventory, and you want it to take from your inventory before it takes from the depot. because if you don't have it take from inventory before the depot, you constantly get your bags full of stuff. And if you know anything about me, my bags are always full anyway, so I don't need them any worse. So literally go ahead and take from your inventory before you take it from the depot, and you'll be much happier that way. The other thing is that this world is a multiplayer world. So, you know, when it gets to the point where Garrett's building a whole bunch of floors on a particular floor, he runs out of concrete and says, "Hey, Dad, do you happen to have any concrete on you?" I can open my inventory and I can say, "Yes, I have concrete," and I can throw it right down here and it gets uploaded to the depot. Or he's in a place where he needs to scan a hard drive. I can throw it in the depot. In fact, I could probably throw the hard drive in the depot because I know it's not full, and away it goes. It goes to the depot just that quick. I can throw my Mercer spheres in there if Garrett wants to create another Mercer sphere, except it's full of Mercer spheres now. So I can leave it parked there if I want it. And but it already has 250 Mercer spheres that we haven't used. Wahoo! That's kind of nice having that many Mercer spheres, isn't it? Yes, it is. So anyway, so that's one way to pass it from player to player. You make sure that everything's set up, and it really makes life a lot easier. Basically, what you do is you attach it to your factory, to a particular item that you need. So you're making concrete, you put a depot uploader right where your concrete is, and you load it in into the depot with a smart splitter that says that when the depot is full, we send it off to the rest of the factory, to the mall, or to wherever else you need it. Okay, and another thing that I've done especially for you is there is a thing that I have used before called a giga loader. You know how I make my stores, and I make the stores to make rods and plates and all kinds of different things, so that I can just plunk them down and it's already pre-made and ready to go. Well, I also have that for the dimensional depot loader. And so if we look at our blueprints here, I've made one for Mark IV belts, for Mark V belts, and for Mark VI belts. If you're only up to the level of Mark IV belts, here's the Giga Loader for you. And let me just plunk one down here and show you what it's like, okay? Now, it takes a little bit to make one, okay? So let me just show you that real quick before I go. So the 4 here, if we look at it, and look at the item list that it takes. It's gonna take 3 Mercer spheres to make. Now, the uploaders that are for Mark V and Mark VI require more Mercer spheres because we have more uploaders in the box, okay? But it takes a good bunch of wire and frames and various items. So make sure you have all those items, and you can easily make one of these. And I'll put these in the notes down there to get from our Discord. But let's go inside and see what it looks like. Okay, so this one for the Mark IV has 3-dimensional uploaders, and it just has splitters, and it has an input here. So it's going to split in 3 parts there, and then into there and into there. So this will get 3 equal parts here and go into the dimensional depot. 3 uploaders at once means that we'll max out whatever level of depot uploader you have upgraded to. It won't do any faster than what 3 times the number of the amount of upload it can take at any one, per minute level, okay? So if yours is uploading at 30 per minute, this will upload at 90 per minute, because the Mark IV conveyor will deliver at least 90 per minute to those depots, okay? The same is true with the Mark IV and the Mark V, the Mark V and the Mark VI conveyor belt versions. You can download those. You can come download all 3 and use them as you progress through the game. But they'll be available on the Discord, and we'll put that link in the description section so you can grab them from there. The only real thing is, I wish we had one in real life. Gosh, that would save me so many trips to Home Depot. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like this video, hit that like button. Hit the notification bell so you get the latest videos. I hope you will keep coming back, and subscribe if you find this is valuable to you and would like to support the channel. So, hope to see you again soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.